Warning: the following may contain adult themes, concepts, and languages. Be aware that there is a separation between the character and the player, even when the pronoun I is used.
Alright, Toby, start us off. What happened last game?
Okay, at the beginning of last game, I guess we kind of we found out that the goblins were close to the area and approaching closer. So we prepared ourselves and organized with the locals, and we took the north gate, and eventually they attacked en masse at all three gates. We successfully held the north gate. The east gate was held, but the south gate folded, so we all had to go down to the south gate to help defeat the mobs that came in, and all but I think, was it one warg and goblin got away?
Two. I'll go over the battle statistics after.
Okay, so and then once that was done, we all leveled up to level 4, and I think that's about what happened.
Yep, that's basically what happened. Golf, if you're going to do the battle statistics now, then we can roll health after that.
Yeah, we'll
followed by changes people made in their characters, followed by continuing the game itself.
Okay. So upon counting the enemy army, Rat said it was 250. He kind of he counted the wargs and their riders together as one, which I didn't like. So we actually fought 271 enemies. And our group had, using the method I use, which is giving everyone partial kills, so if you significantly attack an enemy, you get at least some credit for it. Our group had basically a contribution of 38 kills. 23 of those are goblins, 10 hobgoblins, 4 wargs, and we got the hobgoblin commander. I even have the individual kills. For goblin kills, in last place is Marley with 2, then is myself with 4, then is Ty with 7, and then Yuma with 10. For hobgoblins, tied for last place is myself and Marley with 1. Yuma has credit for 1.5, and Ty has credit for 6.5. So good job with the hobgoblins there. With the warg, Ty and Marley didn't get any credit for them, mostly because they were fighting the hobgoblin commander. Yuma gets credit for half of 1, and then I got credit for 3.5. And then the hobgoblin commander, Marley and Ty split that between them. So a total of 3.5 kills for Marley, 8.5 kills for me, 12 kills for Yuma, and 14 kills for Ty, who almost literally quadrupled his kill count. He went from 5 to 19.
Woohoo!
He almost doubled his kill count in one attack. Anyway, so the note I have is so I calculated the XP based on like what we killed basically. We needed 5,500 for level 4. Without using our modifier rule, we got 3,250. Using our modifier rule, we got 8,775. So it was right, 550 was right in the middle, so I think it was a good call to just jump us straight to level 4. So we had 38 kills, which was a little over 14% of their total, or 18% of the entire group's kills. And yeah, that's pretty much all the statistics from the battle.
You left them speechless.
Yeah, apparently. All right, so I guess we'll go. You want to? Why don't we do go one by one, do the health row, and then say what we've changed with our character. And someone.
I'm back.
You got kicked.
Yes,
okay.
I'm back.
I already told you all the stats anyway.
Yeah, and I wanted to interject with that the knights and scouts, who were basically NPCs, also did a hell of a job.
Yeah, I didn't include the Eastern Gate in any of the calculations because they did it on their own.
The scouts, especially their double longbow attack, was extremely useful, and the knights, they just tanked a lot of shit and then basically bashed people's faces in. So they were very good as well. The guards, meh, we have one hero guard, I guess.
Yeah, the Mr. Hulk.
That was the only one who actually did anything worthy of note.
So anyway, Wrath, I was thinking that we just go one by one, roll health, give the character, and then move on to the next person.
Yeah, seems legit. We'll start with M-Boy since he's the first in my list.
Yeah.
What are the level ups?
Roll health.
Roll health for the level. See what happens.
That's D8 plus 2.
Big numbers, big numbers.
It's average.
It's not terrible. Watch, I'll roll less. Because I'm due that.
Doesn't show up on me. I'll
Scroll
reset
down?
the...
I don't know.
Yeah, I did. I'll reset my roll 20.
I don't see it either.
You don't see your roll? I see
Nope.
the roll. You got a...
I see Yuma's. That's it.
Oh, yeah, I now see Yuma's. It's a 5.
Yeah, 5 total.
5 total, so...
Alright, so what's to do with your
rolled a
character?
3 plus 2.
My character, I have more health now. I have one more spell slot. And I have the feat known as Inspiring Leader. So basically the way that works is... I need to pull it up in order to remember. It's a ritual, which means
Kind of.
that... Well, yeah. The feat, so... I can... see, it lasts 10 minutes, and up to 6 creatures within 30 feet of myself get a temporary hit point boost equal to my level plus my charisma mod. So now that I'm at level 4, the bonus would be 4 plus my charisma mod, which is 3, so 7. All creatures, up to 6 creatures within 30 feet, get 7 temp hit points.
Yeah, so to clarify, he spends 10 minutes basically talking to us, and we get temporary hit points equal to that. And the way temporary hit points works, unless specified otherwise, they last until a long rest. And because we can do it, he doesn't have any limitation how many times he can do it, but we can only gain from it every short or long rest. We could just go ahead and assume that we take 10 minutes of extra time to get this benefit whenever we need it. So, Wrath, we're going to be assuming that we're automatically doing this. So he doesn't have to say it every bloody time.
Okay.
And yeah.
I at least want to hear some speeches, Yuma.
Gosh.
Great, okay. Time to start writing.
Yeah, start writing.
Okay.
And if they
We
are
got
great,
this.
I'll
Now
actually
go.
give you some extra life.
Oh, okay.
But only if they are actually great and all of us are like, yes, amazing.
Okay.
Does it have to be 10 minutes long? Or does he have to just do that gif you showed me with the guy with the loot?
Oh, that would be appropriate as well. Alright, so those are your changes?
Yep.
Alright, Golf, you're up.
Alright, so health roll. I am due for a 1, so I am assuming that is what I'm going to roll in 3, 2,
Probably not,
1. Oh, I missed it. To the 10.
Totally
That's a
not
1.
bad.
Yeah, that's definitely a 10.
Which gives you a 45 total.
Yep. At level 4. So I've averaged almost 11. I've averaged more than 11 a level, which is pretty legit.
Yeah, it's kind of a bit much. So what are your changes?
I got the feat Shield Master, and I'm going to read it from the PDF. So you use shields not just for protection, but also for offense. You gain the following benefits while you are wielding a shield. If you take the attack action on your turn, you can use a bonus action and try to shove a creature within 5 feet of you with your shield. So basically, I get a bonus action. I can either knock an enemy 5 feet back, that is larger or smaller, 5 feet back, or try to knock them prone. And the way that works is it's my athletics versus their athletics or acrobatics, the creature's choice.
But they have to be either larger or smaller.
Large or smaller. They can't. So like huge and
So they
gargantuan, I
be
can't
your
do.
size. Okay.
Yeah.
Large,
So,
normal, and small.
large, medium, small, tiny,
Yeah.
everything, all that stuff. So I can
But
basically
they
do
can't
it.
be. You can't do a giant or something.
I can't.
Makes
Well,
sense.
I could do the ogre. I think the ogre was large.
I think the ogre was larger than that, but I'll check on that.
I think in that case, so it's the actual size. I can do one size above me, so huge, or large, and then huge is like bigger. There are giants that are huge, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I can do that and try to shove them to the ground, knocking them prone, and thus giving advantage on my subsequent attack, which is going to be amazing once I get more extra attacks, but I don't have that yet. If I am not...
to other people? That applies to us
yeah,
too, right?
because he's just prone. He's the
You
status
were
prone.
correct. You were correct on the size of the ogre.
Okay.
He is large. Or was large in this case.
If you are incapacitated, you can add your shield's AC bonus to any dexterity saving throw you make against a spell or harmful effect that targets only you. Because God knows I need help with my dexterity saving throws.
Yeah, it basically gets you down to a 0 or +1.
+1.
Okay.
If you are subjected to an effect that allows you to make a dexterity saving throw and take only half damage, you can use a reaction to take no damage if you succeed on the saving throw, interposing your shield between yourself and the source of the effect.
Okay.
So, sexy.
That's the feat you chose instead of the +2 to 1 or +1 to 2.
Right.
Okay, that's all?
That is all. The +10 health, yep.
Toby, go ahead.
Okay, here comes my one.
Oh my god, man.
I'm
really?
so happy.
Well, he did roll max last time, so he's perfectly average.
Yeah, doesn't mean you should be happy with it.
No.
You are at 27.
Yep. So just let me change that. So as far as changes to my character, sorry, at level 4, I added 2 to my wisdom, upping its bonus to +4.
Nice.
And then, sorry, I'm just scrolling down. So I had some changes to my spellcasting ability. According to the way I read it, it's at 18.
Right.
My spell saving DC is at 14, and my spell attack bonus is now 6. I gained a cantrip. Legit. Yeah, I gained a cantrip, which I added guidance. Let me just call it up here. So it's divination. You touch one willing creature once before the spell ends. The target can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to one ability check of its choice. It can roll the die before or after making the ability check. The spell ends at that point.
The duration of the spell is?
It's up to 1 minute. And it's concentration.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty legit.
Yeah, I figured that one was a pretty good one. I've gained, so I've got, sorry.
You gained the cantrip? Your health?
Yeah, I did get, yeah, I'm at 3. And now I have also 8 spells that I can memorize.
Mm-hmm.
But I can use 4 first level spells and 3 second level spells. So I added, as a second level spell, Pass Without Trace.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a... let's see, lasts up to an hour. A veil of shadows and silence radiates from you, masking you and your companions from detection. For the duration, each creature you choose within 30 feet of you, including you, has a +10 bonus to dexterity stealth checks and can't be tracked except by magical means. A creature that receives this bonus leaves behind no tracks or other traces of its passage. So I thought that was helpful. Other than that, I don't think I'd change anything else.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. There was one other thing. Let me just call it up quick. As far as my changing wild shape, now that at level 4, I can take animals that have a swim speed now.
And you can stay in that form for an additional hour, right?
Yep, you can now stay in animal form for 2 hours instead of 1.
I thought that was later.
It's your level divided by 2.
It's your level divided
Oh,
by
that's
2.
right. Sorry, that's right. I was thinking something else. So, yeah, excellent.
So you can now be an even better horse.
For 4 hours now.
Yeah, 4 hours total. It's not bad.
No, not at all.
Alright. Oh, Tommy just gone. Tommy, if you're when you're back in Roll20, roll your health. For now, tell us about your character.
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay.
For level 4, I gained +2 ability score. I could do +2 to 1 ability, or +1 to 2 abilities.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided +2 to strength because I miss a lot. I don't want to miss.
Quick thing to tell: when he tried this out, he missed still because he rolled a 1. So
it's right there.
It didn't change anything.
Also, does the health? You know, it's based off Constitution.
It's a D10 plus your Constitution.
Oh, so not with proficiency?
No.
No, not with proficiency.
I thought that. Right.
That's fairly good.
Yeah.
Actually, that's pretty damn
That's
good.
because a 10 for him
That'll
is
get you to a
better than 10 for
33
me.
total.
Nice.
That's going to be the highest roll today, you know, right?
Even on d20s, yeah.
Well, it's on something good at least.
That's true. It's
So
permanent.
our secondary tank is actually our secondary tank again.
Yep.
How much health do you have now?
33.
Okay.
So Gold Freak has the most health at 45, then comes Tommy at 33, then comes Toby at 27, and Mboy at 24.
Definitely not in the front.
Not in the
with
front.
with
not
Inspiring
going
Leader, we'll all have 7 additional hit points. Oh, by the way, Wrath, I want to talk to you real quick. We're gonna have to pump this out and get this figured out. But so I get that. So temporary hit points do not stack. So Toby, when you go into beast form, which will be the most likely occurrence, whatever you roll for the HP of the beast does not add to whatever temporary hit points you currently have. It replaces them. But Wrath, my question to you is, do they merge? This is not covered at all in the manual, so this is probably DM discretion. So
What do you mean, do they merge?
So, for example, he has the 7 temporary hit points. He beast forms for 30. If he immediately comes out of beast form, could he still have the 7 from the Inspiring Leader? And to further that, if he lost like 25 of his 30, so he's down to 5 temporary hit points that comes out of his beast form, could he still have the 5 temporary hit points because that falls under the realm of the Inspiring Leader temporary hit points?
No. If they say it replaces it,
They
then
do
I'd
not say it
replaces.
replaces. It specifically states that they do not stack. I don't think the word replaces is ever used.
Then stacking, if it doesn't stack, then I would argue that it's illogical to say that if he's down to 0 temporary hit points, he get back up. That he gains
I'm not saying that he gains
other
them
thing?
back. I'm saying that. So my example was he loses 25. He has 30 from beast form. He had 7 from the temporary hit points before. So let's say he loses all of them. He doesn't have any temporary hit points. But if he loses like 25, and he has 5 temporary points when he turns back, then he has 5 from the Inspiring Leader. He doesn't get the 7 back. He doesn't gain any more. But he doesn't, like, does that make sense? So like the first 7.
On the other hand, the reason why he had the I would say no, but mainly because the fact that he changed into a different form, for me negates the other the gains, so to say.
Okay, that's fine.
Else I could also just continue that form of logic and say he should have the 7 added to whatever he had. And since that specifically says that doesn't happen, I'd also argue that you don't go.
You're the DM, you call it. I'm just going to say that I do not see that jump in logic, but yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, Toby, keep that in mind. If you have temporary hit points, you're going to lose them. You're going to lose those temporary hit points if you go into beast form.
Fair enough.
Anything else?
No?
Okay, then we'll jump right into the actual game again.
Yep.
The battle is just finished. Everybody is basically tired. People have collapsed on the floor.
I'm at full health.
Just sitting. Yeah, but you did fight for quite some time and ran from one end to the other, which probably tires a person out, don't you think?
I have pretty high strength. And I'm athletic.
Yeah, even then.
And I have very high constitution, so I have good stamina.
People are tired.
Yeah, I'm not. That's the point I'm trying to make. I'm a little winded, sure, but yeah.
So people are just sitting around. The wounded are being taken care of now. The normal villagers are getting out of their hiding places and just start cleaning up, basically. So
Okay.
all the evil dead are being gathered up and put in one place, then burned.
You really okay.
All the loot are being gathered, of course.
Okay, good. That's the important thing.
to pay for a lot of the expenses.
Mm-hmm. I want to take our druid to the side. Mr. Druid. So, Tyraneus.
Yep.
Do you think you could maybe talk to the animals and see if they saw any additional shiny things in the goblin camp besides the stuff that they're like wearing, swords and the like?
Sure, I can do that as a ritual, I believe.
Yep. It'll take 10 minutes. In the meantime, we could use that 10 minutes for Yuma to bolster our resolve. I can just go ahead and do that.
Just because.
Because, why
we're
not?
Doing any. We don't need it right now.
Well, we may need it later, and I kind of want to go out and kill some more goblins immediately while they're running, and get more money that way, because we get more kills.
Oh, if we get...
Remember that it lasts until a long rest, so even if we take a short rest, it'll still stick with us.
When we do have... Well, we would let them gain 10 more minutes.
This is true, but I want to know if it's even worth going after them. I mean, you guys are pretty spent with your spells and the like, yeah?
Even though we leveled up, our things still don't reset?
Yeah, things don't reset.
You gain... If you got an additional spell slot, then I'd say you get that spell slot, right?
Yeah, you get the spell slot and you get the health, but other spell slots don't reset until after.
Oh.
Yeah, this isn't like a video game.
Yeah.
It isn't like I'm almost dead. Oh, I leveled up. I'm completely fine again. Let's go kill some dragons.
We only level up 19 times total.
Depending on how you play.
Yeah, if you don't die before that. Okay, so I make that suggestion to the two of you.
So at that point I'm beat, so I will do the ritual, Inspire Leader, but all I would say during the time is Godspeed.
You just play your music.
Yep.
You can just inspire people.
I'm tired to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just yeah.
You're just staring. You're just doing that. Can you find that GIF again and just put it in the chat so they can see it?
I'll find it.
Yeah. Okay. So everyone, mark down 7 temporary hit points on whatever. If you put it on your if you put it in your ability sheet, you can just put it in there. Otherwise, make a mental note that you have to add that. So we get 7 temporary hit points.
There we go.
You forgot to shave.
I'm like 125 years old, menopause, you know.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave
112.
no comment on that.
You're an elf. You're a half elf, though. I mean, jeez, you're not quite there yet.
You should get it around 300
I know,
or something.
I know.
Well, they live to be around 200, so give or take. She might be getting close.
Don't
The
tell her.
first signs.
All right. So we'll just assume that we're kind of. I'm kind of until the 10 minutes are up and he's done casting the spell. I'm gonna be assisting with the bodies and the like.
It'll take a little more than 10 minutes
Well,
to do
while-
so, of course, but... Yeah.
While he's doing that, yeah. It's just...
Toby,
Yes, sir.
your spell goes off, basically. It works, like you'd expect.
And so what does the Raven tell us?
The Raven, he comes back to you. It's like almost at the end of your spell that you cast the previous day.
Okay.
And he sits next to you. And he basically looks at you, expecting something.
Oh, of course, I toss him
Either-
a couple of morsels of rabbit meat.
He takes them, eats them, and then stays looking at you. You haven't asked him anything, so...
My friend Raven, have you seen any shiny objects amongst the goblins in where their camp was?
They took all shiny objects with them. Pointy objects.
And nothing else was left in the camp?
No?
And what about the goblins that have left here? Have you seen the directions they've gone in?
They're running hard. 2 mountains. Big hills. Stony hills.
I look to you. To Golf. Sorry, forget your character's name. Drake, and ask him if there's. Yeah, I tell him what I heard, and ask him if there's any other questions he wants to ask.
No. I mean, if there doesn't appear to be anything of value in the camp, then we're in no rush to go check it out. I would like to go check it out at some point, though. Otherwise, that's about it.
Okay, I toss another piece of rabbit meat to the raven and thank him, and tell him if he sees anything else, feel free to come back.
He eats it, flies off with the words, "I'm going to eat some ice."
Mm-hmm.
No doubt. By the way, I collect a goblin and hobgoblin, a couple of their teeth.
You just go around, punch a couple of teeth out of hobgoblins.
Just a good sample of each.
Yeah, like the nice size teeth. Anyone else going to do anything?
Assuming that that's in order, we're not going to do anything. I'm going to go check in on Rita.
Rita is, as of now, just walking around the town.
Oh, really?
And she's just basically help undressing the creatures of their weapons, etc.
Okay, so long as she's being helpful. I'm gonna keep an eye on her just to be cautious, though. I'm a little overprotective, what can I say?
Mm-hmm. The people seem to tolerate her. Seem kind of appreciative of her help. Anything else for people?
I'll stop by the blacksmiths.
Okay, you stop by the blacksmith.
Wow, someone wants their money.
Well, I'm just gonna check on them to see if they're all right. Number one.
Well, they're up north, and we held the north gate, so they should be fine.
Yeah, lady.
Greetings. How did what were Do I know what they were doing during the battle?
Both of them were not fighting. He was basically being exhausted from his work in the meantime.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, after the battle, he's already opening his forge, starting his forge, and he's starting to, heat the forge for now.
Okay. I ask, is there anything I can help them with?
Nah, not for now. You might want to gather all these goblins, their stuff. I think I'm going to be busy making ores out of their weapons for quite some time.
Sounds good. If people aren't bringing them over, I will make sure they know. And then I leave the building.
Alright, you leave the building. The rest of the day is fairly, nothing really happens. People are just mourning their dead for how many there are. People are just gathering stuff, moving all of the hobgoblins and goblins and wargs. Wargs are a bit pain in the ass to get around, but they are just dragging all of them to the side, to the south, outside of the gate, piling them up. Crows and ravens are all around the pile of dead, and the normal and the people who died, they are all being brought to the church to be buried in the crypt, as are the 3 of the knights who have died defending the east gate. In the meantime, yeah, everybody does his or her part. Either trying to help the wounded or clean up. So the day turns into night. People are still working, etc. And people just kind of keep working until it's around midnight. Then they turn to bed. All over the place are, of course, the carts, etc. So anyone can just crash somewhere. People don't really care anymore. The town itself, just the villagers who came to the south share their food with everyone. It's the following morning. The commander moves up to you guys and says, well, thank you for all the help. I have spoken to the blacksmith, and you were promised a reward, as far as I know, and you will get a reward for helping us out here, even though you didn't need to. You had time enough to just go, I guess.
Yeah, we didn't. Well, out of character, we didn't need to do it. We didn't need to help the villages. We didn't need to do squat. We could have just like left and just not told anyone. So
yeah, they basically are appreciative of what you do, of what you have done. So he says, it'll take some time, but your total payment will be 1,000 gold, which you can divide among yourselves however you like. The gold will mostly come from the stuff that the goblets left. So all of those are being sold and being changed into other useful things, and all of that. It's basically stuff turning into money over like a week time.
So, just to clarify, Wrath, this encompasses evacuating the village, fighting in the war, and the respective kind of loot from the bodies, and fighting the ogre, and the info from the merchant? Or for the merchant?
It's the merchant part, combined with the defense of the town.
Okay, so...
Given that the town doesn't have much to begin with, especially now. Okay,
so they don't have they don't have enough to pay for the killing the ogre?
They didn't necessarily give a reward for an ogre that needed to be killed because they didn't know there was an ogre to be killed.
Yeah, but it was in their territory, wasn't it?
Yeah, but even then.
Oh. Darn.
It's like, well, ogres exist and they terrorize, and as long as you don't know of an ogre, you're not gonna send out a reward for it.
Yeah, well then that really so that's an issue I have with policy, though, because that's going to encourage people to ignore it until it causes a problem.
It's their policy, I guess.
Okay. I'll remember that.
That's about it for the happenings here. Are you going to just wait and collect stuff and rest, etc. for 1 week?
Well,
so just shortly skip a week, do some minor things in the middle, then give you your gold?
I still have, so they can't pay us for a week?
No, they are changing all of the stuff. They need to sell it, etc.
So it'll take them about a week
to gain the gold.
Okay, so it'll take us a week for us to be paid, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, I still have 5 days.
It takes a week for them to sell everything.
Yeah, I still have 5 days left in the inn, so that's perfectly fine. But I kind of want to talk to everyone about what we're going to do now.
Go ahead.
Everyone want to repeat that now?
Yeah, okay. Go ahead.
Sure.
Okay, so I'm going to go over, and you guys can add anything else. Basically, what we have, things that we can do. If you guys, of course, want to stick with me. Or with each other. So we have several things. We have to, and I'm very hushed, but we have to figure out what the heck that thing in that chest is. We have the cockatrices. Can we go to the world map real quick?
Sure. Open.
We have the things in cockatrices and Abdera. We have the land shark over here, I think it was. Yeah, in Himera. We have the manticore in Damale, which is here. And we have the statues to the east, which is all we really know, which is like around here, I guess. So, it kind of dawned on me that it didn't strike me at first, but you said that and I'm speaking to Marley. You said that what you heard was people talking about statues that just suddenly appeared, and they were very, very like incredibly made. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it kind of dawned on me that they may not be statues, because petrification is a thing. So, Wrath, can I make? I don't want to like meta this, and I did actually naturally realize this without looking into it too much. So, should I roll like an intelligence to think about like what, aside from magic, obviously, what kind of creature could do that?
Yeah, it's a nature check.
Okay. And I'll ask around for everyone. Like, what do you know about creatures that can do that? And I don't.
So everybody's going to do a combined nature check. Basically, give the person with the highest nature skill, and make him or her roll with advantage.
Okay. I have a blah 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 2 nature.
And also +2.
2.
Tyraneus.
I'm sorry, what's that?
What's your nature bonus?
Oh, my bonus? Sorry, 1 sec. Let me call it up. It's 3. Plus
okay,
3.
So roll with advantage. Wait, you added wisdom, right?
Yeah, but this is
nature. Yeah, it's int. Yeah, okay.
So roll your nature check with advantage. Once more. All of you know little about petrification in any form. You know that, of course, magic can cause petrification, and you seem to faintly remember that some creatures are also able to petrify people, but you're not certain what creatures and how many, etc.
Okay. So here's my suggestion. I happen to know a very powerful wizard who lives in the east, who would be able to help us in discerning what this magical orb is. And out of character, she would definitely have a pearl for Yuma, for her identify spell, because that's kind of her character and her thing. So that, coupled with any addition, we could probably get additional information about what's causing these people to be petrified from her. We'd have to go to this city in order to basically meet her. Unfortunately, I can't exactly take you to where she is. I'd have to bring her to us. But knowing her, she'd be more than willing to help me out. She's family. So this is my suggestion, and I would like to also ask her to see if we can figure out a way to reverse the petrification, because if people are being petrified, you know, their lives are in danger, and if we can reverse the petrification, well, let's just say you see gold coins in his eyes right now. Because that's not something that comes cheap. I imagine that in order to do that magically, it requires a decent amount of component things that cost money and components. So we can do whatever, but right now I think that's the most efficient thing to do. We come up here, and then I'd say after doing that, figuring that all out, then we head to Damale. And then see where was it? Mura and Damale and then maybe head down to Abdera after that, and then head to Hymera, and give or take, we might find some other stuff to do. But that's a rough plan. And then after that, we can go from there and maybe go into the other part of the continent, because I want to find a pseudo-dragon. So, yeah. What do you guys
Just
think?
pretty much laying out our plans for the next 3 months.
Well, you know, it's
Real time.
It's that's just a rough plan. That's just the idea that I have. It obviously will change.
Yeah. But I'm fine with it.
Yep, no, I think that's a good plan.
Yeah, it seems logical to me.
Okay. Wrath, do they have any horses in the town?
No.
Darn it.
I told you last time.
I know. I want to see if that's changed. Like people showed up or something like that. All right. So here's what I suggest: we head over to this city, and I would suggest that we ask around to see if anyone is traveling out that way. And we offered because after all, their homes were burned. They might have families in this city, and the like. So they may want to travel out that way. So we see if there's anyone traveling that way. We could basically be bodyguards, and since we're traveling that way anyway, we do it for a very reasonable price. Make a little money on the way. What do you guys think?
Little insurance. Yeah.
Sure.
How long were we planning to do this for? To go over there and come back?
Do you have business here?
No, I'm just making sure they keep our money.
Well, I was thinking that we wait until we get our money, and then we leave.
Ah. Yeah, that sounds good to me then.
Okay, so, I guess what we'll do is we'll just ask around. We'll say that we'll tell them that we're leaving. Look for anyone that's, heading to the city, which doesn't have a name yet. And that we are, we're gonna be heading over there, and if they want bodyguards, we'll do it for... Heck, I don't know. Probably reasonable would be a gold apiece, so 4 gold total. If maybe even less than that if they can't afford it, honestly. What do you
It'll
guys
take
think?
about a week to get there, right, Raph?
Yeah, a week.
4 gold pieces.
Yeah, it'd be a week.
So, I mean, we have to be reasonable priced, of course. These guys are just, like, villagers and stuff. They don't have a lot of, funds, aside from maybe a few of them who helped fight. Otherwise, yeah, they're not gonna have much money anyway, and, a gold's better than nothing. But, yeah, so basically don't give a price if we find someone, and ask how much they're willing to pay to be escorted to the town if anyone's going there. Sound like a plan?